Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn, Raaker, and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I. I want to welcome my guest chef, Marty Schultes.
Hi, thank you.
And you know, Marty, I love Skip Kenny barbecue sauce a lot. And I know you do too. And I love their whiskey barbecue sauce. It's really, really good. Do you know that they've got a new mustard marinade that's coming out this year, which you'll be able to get to taste right away, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody loves wings, right?
They are a staple. Any party,
they are a staple. And if you're not going to have a major Valentine party, or you're going out to dinner and you want the kids or the grandchildren to have something, they love wings. They love chicken. So, and you know, it's amazing. This is the original barbecue sauce that they started with. And it really doesn't have whiskey in it. It has a whiskey flavor to it. Okay. And that's the cool thing. And it's a really beautiful sauce. And we've tasted it, we've sampled it with kids, and they love it. So what we're going to do is I parboiled this chicken. These chicken wings. And I want you to, if you don't mind, putting the sauce over on top of it. And we're going to bake them for about 25 minutes in a 400-degree oven. And this show is kind of for kids, for Valentine's Day, that you can do something special with them. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is cup fudge cakes with icing on them. And you've got a trick for doing the icing. You want to tell us what it is?
Well, it's, you know, I do a lot of baking. I do love baking, and what I do is when I'm in a rush and I don't make my own icing, I take a can of, you know, the store-bought icing.
Right.
And I buy a nice brand of it. I will heat that icing up in the microwave just for a few minutes. It gets the sugars hot, and then they make a glaze or a beautiful glaze on it. So what I'll do, especially with like brownies or something, or cupcakes, I'll go ahead and heat that up. Then I'll take the cupcake and I'll dip it in. And then if you want to put any toppings on it, you can at that point. It's not too much icing. That's what I find people say, oh, this is just the right amount of icing, because sometimes you see those swirls of icing, you're like, too much icing. Even for me,
it's too much sugar, actually.
Even for me to say that, it's too much icing. So it works out really well as I do that.
So that's what we're going to do. That's one of the things that we're doing. And we're doing a couple of different things that kids really, really like. And one of them is the wings. And then we're also going to do, they love dips. They love dips, don't they? And you can make a really easy dip. And they usually like onion, or you can do any other kind of a dip. You can either use yogurt or you can use sour cream. So we're going to use sour cream and do a dip for them. Or, you know, what we could do is for these chicken wings, you can also have ranch dressing.
That is a favorite at my house.
Well, we have a packet of dressing that we use for football games and basketball games that my sweet son-in-law told us about. And you know, I use Costco a lot, and you can get it at different places, and you just add it to the sour cream. I've already made up so you can have it and try it. And it has a little bit of it's like a fiesta dip, which the kids really like. And I was really shocked. My granddaughter loves it. She's 8. She loves everything. The kid loves to eat, I think. And so now we're getting ready to put those in the oven, right? Let's do that. We'll put that in a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 45. Just watch them. We'll test them.
Yeah, I bet about 25, 30 minutes
45
would be the...
minutes, right. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come right back, and we're going to do this wonderful, wonderful pound cake that kids are going to love. Me too, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be right back. We are back on The Chef You and I, and this really is for the adults. And it's a toasted pound cake, which we already bought. They're already cut in slices. And you make a praline which is kind of a brown sugar, pecans, and it's a wonderful sauce. And the first thing that we're going to do, Marty, is you want to add, they say a medium saucepan. We love using this little.
So much easier.
Yeah, it's a really nice pan. And so you want to put your butter, your brown sugar, and which is about a cup of brown sugar, and light brown sugar, which that is. And then what you're going to do is add your 2 tablespoons of water.
Our water right here.
I think that's a little, oh well. And then we want to add to that, and the salt. I did a little salt there. Just add that salt. And that's about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of kosher sea salt. Okay?
I didn't add all of it. I just
No,
added
and you want to
all
do that. You want to heat that up and get that.
I get all the sugar.
Yeah, you've got all that sugar that you've got to make sure it dissolves, because you do that for about a minute. And then after you do that, I'm going to add in all the other ingredients, and then you're going to give me that. But I think you have to put
put the
cream in.
Right. I want to make sure my sugars are all unlumpy.
Okay, 'cause
and
you
those
don't
are all melted up before I go
Right.
ahead and start with that cream in. And then once I
Right.
know I put the cream in, you want to keep this moving so you don't burn
you definitely
this.
want to keep it moving.
I
And
might turn
so
it down
that
just
is
a titch.
actually that's 2/3 cup of heavy whipping cream that you're going to add to
Right,
that,
yeah,
Marty.
and it's bubbling now, so I feel pretty good about that. Everything's all
Okay.
melted.
Okay.
And then just keep.
Just add it to it, which
Yeah.
is really pretty. And then we're actually, in a minute or two, we're going to add that combination. And you only want to do this for a minute.
Yeah, I just want to get it mixed up.
Mixed
and
in.
Everything all congealed in here. Yeah.
Blend it in.
There we go.
And then what we're going to do in a medium bowl, after you're done with that,
Yeah.
that
get
looks
this-
good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try this.
Thicken this up just a little bit here.
This is decadent, believe me. Okay, so I think it's about a minute or two, a minute. I'm going to go ahead, Marty, and in a medium bowl, which I have right here, I am going to place the confectionery sugar, which is actually 3 tablespoons of confectionery sugar, right? And we're going to add into that, we're going to whisk in the cream mixture, if you could do that. So I think you can pour that directly in there.
Okay, see.
Okay.
And push that over just a little.
Okay. I'm going to whisk that in there.
You push it a little bit closer to me.
That's
I'm
all right.
held back by a cord. No, push it by me.
Okay,
towards
so
me.
I'm going to come to you.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
I'm
that's
held
good.
to a cord.
Okay. Okay, with a little
that's
bit
all I can
more. I think that's enough.
There we go.
I think that's enough.
All righty.
And then we're going to mix that together. And then what we're going to do is we are going to toast our pound cake in the toaster.
Yeah, so just going to take a couple
Yeah.
slices of this
Yeah,
beautiful
just a
pound
couple.
cake.
Put them both in the same area.
Put them over here on the toaster.
Okay, and then I'm
there.
going to add the pecans. Actually, these pecans are chopped up, and it calls for a 1/2 cup of toasted pecans chopped. This is almost like pecan pie.
Everything's better with nuts. I love.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Oh.
Okay, and you're going to serve this warm over the pound cake with ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Is this decadent or what? I mean, this looks so good. It's going to be so fun. And then what you do is you sprinkle on top of all of that some ground cinnamon.
Oh, there you go.
How about
A
that?
little-
So I wanted you to see that, what it looks like. It looks like pecan pie, actually. Which you would make how you would make pecan pie. And I love pecans. Oh, I love almonds and pecans. So as soon as that comes up, we're going to move this over.
Yeah, toss some
Okay.
plates over to me, and we'll go ahead and get these plated up.
And
You can smell
This
it.
is gonna
Ooh, it's smelling really good. Now the ice cream, we got to get ready for the ice cream too.
yeah, you got to do that too. So you're gonna. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna get a ladle here, and once you do that, Marty, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna move this out of the way.
All right.
Okay, I'll put this over here somewhere. So
Yeah.
that we don't
And I
have it
think
in
when
the
they
way.
mean toasted, they don't mean like your toast, like like you'd make toast in the morning. Just warmed up. I
Right.
think is what
That's good.
what they're going for with this.
Okay, hold on.
Let's see. We're almost
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Oh, it smells
Does that look
so
good? Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
I can tell the producer's getting excited about this one. He's from the South, you know.
Sorry,
so.
there's only 2, one for me and Kath.
Anyhow, as soon as that's ready, we're going to do
I think
this.
we're good to go.
Okay?
Let's go ahead.
You're good to go?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I don't know, Mart.
If we can
All
get-
right.
There's
That's
one.
one. And then here's
This
the
one
other.
Probably could have gone.
And
a
it
little bit
actually
more.
doesn't matter. That's toasted enough, I think.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to pour this over it. Wait a minute. What it says is serve warm over toasted pound cake with ice cream.
There you go.
So we're doing this.
Ugh.
Oh, does that look good? Absolutely. Wow.
That is a dessert.
That
Now,
is a
that
dessert.
is a dessert. Come on, ice
Wow.
cream.
This makes a lot. So you could do a whole pound cake, actually.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That does make a lot.
Doesn't that make a lot? Now, how great is that? Let me clean that up a little. And then we're going to spread the wonderful cinnamon on top of it to give it that extra thing. You know, we could do this, actually, Marty. We could do this for some of the things I have to do where we have to cook for a crowd. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So just a
Just
little
hint of
cinnamon.
just a hint of cinnamon.
That's good.
Oh wow.
What do you think of that? Awesome.
Looks pretty good.
Now, see how simple that was? You can go buy the pound cake, the ice cream, and the rest of it takes 2 or 3 minutes to make. Pretty
and it
simple.
looks like you've worked so hard.
Yes, and you throw powder on you, and whatever. So we're going to take a short break, and we're coming back, and we're going to do a thing for children. So 2 things for children, and we'll be right back. The pizzelles with ice cream and chocolate syrup, and we're doing the brownies.
Brownie Dominoes.
Yeah, brownie dominoes, but they're round ones,
Right,
not dominoes,
yes.
okay? So they're round cakes, okay. All right, we'll be right back on The Chef You and I.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
No more, it's none of my business.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
You are the cake master, Marty. We're back on The Chef You and I, and this is something that you do all the time. You do a lot of baking, don't
I do
you?
do a lot of baking. Yes.
The bank loves you too. And the customers like me
Yeah.
love coming in because she's always got these tasty treats. Now, we didn't bake these, did we?
No, and this is one of my tricks. Like if I'm pressed for time or I have to take something somewhere and I'm not making my own brownies or my own whatever.
Right.
This is an easy trick. It's like, oh my gosh, my kids need me to bring something, blah, blah, blah. This is an easy trick to do. They look cute and just real simple. So buy a pack of brownies already cut up, buy a can of frosting, any kind of frosting, and then the dip we're going to put them in is just going to be little mini chocolate chips. Little mini chocolate chips on mini brownies work a little bit better. My trick with the icing is, though, if I did this, it'd be hard to spread and it'd be messy. So my trick with icing is to just heat it up in the microwave because then the sugars melt in it and it makes it nice
And easy.
and runny. You know, it makes it a glossy. So I'm going to just pop this in here for 30 seconds.
And then you could even use
Oh,
these.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, cute.
That's
So,
cute, huh?
About 30 seconds.
Right.
Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'll check it about halfway through, about 15 seconds. I want to stir it up. That's when it's nice and easy to use. And it gets really glossy and it stays glossy.
Well, that's the important thing. It stays glossy.
Right, we want it to stay glossy.
All right. So
right.
I'm going to.
So here we go. We've got the icing. This is whipped icing, so it might take a little bit. Might need a little bit longer.
Does that look like it's going to be there?
All right.
What do you think?
I would add a little bit more.
Right. You still
And
want
then-
it to have some structure to it?
Not really. I really kind of want it to be gooey. I want it
Gooey?
to be liquidy. Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, the trick with this is
Right.
you don't want a ton of icing on anything because it's just too much.
Yeah.
And with kids, if you're doing it with kids too, it's way too much because then it's way too messy.
I need to take a break for a second so we can get our producer to open up that wonderful sprinkles. Right? We're back. And now here,
right,
let me take
I'm
the icing from
I'm
you.
going to show you the
Show me the trick,
queen
girl.
of the. I mean, this is a no-brainer. And again, you know, I'm just dipping this in, getting some icing on it, and while
Right.
it's still wet, voila,
Wow.
voila.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can I try one?
Yep, just
So you just dip it in like
Dip it
that,
in.
right?
yep,
Whoa. Right?
yep.
And then go in here and do this. Woo!
Yeah.
I got a few on there, wouldn't
Yeah.
you say? That looks cute.
Yeah,
But kids like those.
yeah, and then do your sprinkle ones.
Okay, I can't wait to try that one. See, I didn't get it in there far enough,
Yeah, you have to.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, don't be afraid of the icing. Just plunge right in.
Plunge right in, huh? Right, girl. Okay, right. Okay, and then just do this.
Yeah, how cute for Valentine's Day would that be? Yeah,
What?
absolutely.
Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that.
How cute.
Isn't that
How
sweet?
cute does that turn out to
Kids, you
be?
do some more.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're the master of this. This is something easy that you and your grandchildren could do too. It's funny. They love being on television. Did you ever notice that about them? They really do. They like that attention. So I can't wait till your granddaughter gets a little little older, and then she's coming on.
She's learned to lick the beater. I will say that. I've taught her that trick.
See? Really?
I've taught her that trick. Yeah, I was told, "Really, Mom? Really? You let her?" I'm like, "Yes, absolutely. It's
Why
a
not?
rite-
We taught you.
It's a rite of passage." My grandmother allowed me to.
Do you know, we love kids. And I think you have to love kids to teach them, right?
Yeah.
And this is too fun. And I think they would really have a ball doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what?
What?
So what if it's a little messy? That's
Who cares?
You know, you're in the kitchen, and that's where mess is supposed to happen, in my opinion.
And you know, as long as you are with your grandchildren and you don't let them be near the fire and you teach them safety from the very beginning, right? Then that's the important thing, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is too fun.
Just a little and a little.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, and one more maybe.
One more. Yeah, one more of the sprinkles.
Yeah,
And, you know, sometimes when your sprinkles get a little stuff in them, I would go ahead and add a few more sprinkles in there to keep the dry ones.
See what
on there.
happened on that? I don't understand that. But
Yeah.
oh well, it's coming. Come on, come on. There we
There you
go.
go.
Whatever. Maybe we put a little sprinkle on there too. How
There you
about that?
Well,
Right. One. That's a Cassie special. She loves doing that. Anyhow, that gives you an idea of how easy it is to do something even with your grandchildren. That would be a lot of fun. And you don't have to kill yourself to do this,
No.
right?
Easy
And that's
peasy.
the important thing. And we'll be right back after these messages. And we're going to do our Pizzella ice cream, not bars, ice cream wafers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be right
Easy
back on the Chef You and I. We are back on the Chef You and I, and this is really fun. My granddaughter introduced me to Nutella, which is so good. Anyhow, so you're going to do ice cream with your Pizzellas, right? I am going to use Nutella and then put chocolate syrup on it,
Yes.
right? And sprinkles.
there we go.
How about that? Okay. And I'm
Right.
going to do the whipped cream and the Nutella. So let's do it.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So Nutella is really a chocolate almond type spread. And see how easy it spreads, Marty?
Get in here a minute.
Okay. It spreads really easy. My granddaughter eats this every day before she goes to school
Oh my gosh.
with strawberries, or she can't take it to school because it has nuts in it.
Right. Yeah.
And they won't allow you to do nuts at school. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put whipped cream on this, and then I'm going to put the Nutella on top of it, right Like
see,
that.
I'm just
Is
making
that
mine.
cute?
I'm just making mine a Sunday.
An
so
open Sunday.
I'm making mine an open
And
Sunday.
look at this. Look what I'm going to do here.
There you go.
I'm going to put this on top of here and use some sprinkles. How about that?
Easy. Kids would love this.
I know.
It's a no-brainer.
Simple to do. And
There you go.
you could do it for a little party or whatever. So look at that. Isn't that cute? So let's put this on here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And look at how sweet that
There's
is.
so many things you can do with these things too.
We used to
sometimes-
make them all the time, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes I would just put powdered sugar over them, or I would melt chocolate chips and just
Right.
sprinkle chocolate over them so
Right.
that it hardens on it.
Right.
Caramel would be really good. Even somebody who's a fruit lover, I mean, these with some fruit would be just delicious too. Or look real pretty in a bowl of fruit, and just put those by it as something
That
crunchy.
looks good. That tastes good. One of the
Yeah.
things that I want to say is that we need to take a break. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
That's
Marty, we're back on the Chef You and I, and these are the wings that we baked. We parboiled them first, baked and put the Skip County barbecue sauce on. But we have dipping sauce.
Because you have to have dipping sauce with wings.
Right. So this is the Fiesta dip. This is the ranch and sour cream dip. And this is the Skip Kenny barbecue sauce. So which one do you want to try, girl?
Give me that one.
This one?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a knife, too. How about that? You think so?
You don't use your
No?
fork with wings you eat with your hands.
All right, go
It's
for
that
it, girl.
It's that kind of a thing. All right, well, I
Okay.
am going to do the little bit of ranch and sour cream dip.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put it over here. And this is not pretty.
It's not pretty?
This is not pretty, but
This is
eating
good.
wings is not made for prettiness. It
No.
is made. Ooh, these are hot.
Do you do it at the... That's the reason why I was going to suggest using a fork and knife.
Nope. When I eat wings,
Right.
this is just how it is. You have to use your fingers and your hands.
And you have to bite into it. And you have to tell me what you think. You like it?
They're delicious. These are nice and meaty, too. Really good.
Really good? Do you want
Really good.
a wet cloth?
Well, I'm going to get through this. Then I'll,
Then you'll Okay, that's
then I'll
good.
wipe myself down.
Well, I'm going to make some wings later on that are just for me because I can't. I actually work with the Skip Kenny company, and they gave me a special recipe for non-garlic. So, but I use garlic. I use the Skip Kenny regular barbecue sauce. They do have a rub as well. And unfortunately, that has garlic in it too. So, anyhow, but are they delicious? Did you try that?
They are delicious.
Did you try that dip yet?
I didn't. Let's see.
Let's see if you like it first.
Dip that baby in there.
It's different. It's got a little bite to it.
Oh, now you tell me that.
Now I tell you that, huh? It must be good. Now, my husband...
A little bit of a bite.
Yeah, I told you. And I think it's got a little cayenne pepper in it, maybe, and I don't know, because...
Kind of could tone it down even with a little
with
bit
a little
of the
you
ranch,
could-
mix
you
it
could-
together.
You could tone it down. And, this is something that's easy to make, was simple, didn't take long. You just have to make sure that your barbecued rings are done. And during the process, we put the barbecue sauce on top of it, and then we waited for about 20 minutes. We flipped them over, and we put more barbecue sauce on it, right? And that's kind of how I do my barbecued ribs, as you know. So, you like them?
Delicious.
So would you give it a what? A 10?
I give this a 10, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
Very good.
All right. So we are going to take a break. We'll be right back.
I'm going to finish my wing.
Good. We'll be right back.
It's always been a part of me to fight for those who couldn't fight for themselves. Whether on my block or around the world. My name is First Lieutenant King, and I move toward the sounds of those who are in need of help.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hi, we're back on The Chef You and I, and we're making meatballs with honey orange glaze.
That sounds delicious.
And so the first thing that we're going to do is, and we are not having a huge crowd tonight. We got a lot of food. So what we're doing is we halved this recipe. All right, so you have a pound of ground pork there, and you want to, and I've already measured out a half a cup of fresh breadcrumbs right there.
So we'll go ahead and get these added in.
Right. And I'm going to make this egg whatever, so you don't have to whatever. You've got 1 large egg, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the egg. And then the kosher salt is right here. Half a teaspoon of onion powder. Half a teaspoon of pepper, black ground pepper. 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and that's actually going to go into the skillet, okay? And so the other part of the recipe is for the glaze. So we needed to mix all of those dry ingredients into that, and then shape them into little meatballs.
Little meatballs.
Okay. And then once you're done with that, I will actually put the olive oil or the canola oil, whatever you'd like to use, into the frying pan, which we started to heat. And I'm going to do this in a second. I'm going to move this water out of here for a second.
Yeah.
And
I'm always a fan of using olive oil. I like olive oil.
I like olive oil much better than I like canola oil, but it's what you prefer, right? So it's getting hot now. I'm going to pour this. I can pour this in, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to start doing the meatballs.
Okay. And they already have, Marty, some fat in them, so you don't want to use a lot of oil because you don't want them to be,
Yeah, we don't want ginormous meatballs either, so you may put them in as
just put them in there. And because we want to brown them, and then we're going to put the glaze together with them. And so then after we do that, we're going to actually bake these until they're done, about 8 minutes. So they're going to go into the oven, okay?
Okay, get them all nice and done here.
And so you do this for about 3 minutes until they're brown, Marty. You like to make meatballs, don't you?
I make meatballs. Yes, I do.
Well, you love to cook anyhow, right?
Yeah, I like Italian food too, so I do like to make my own meatballs when I make spaghetti meatballs for my family. I do like to do that.
Right. Well, we did not add garlic to this recipe or any of the recipes, and they'll be posted on our website, and you'll be able to see the video of this show as well. And we're on so many channels now, it's crazy.
Everywhere.
We're on Launch TV, which I had just found out a couple days ago, which was really a shock. I didn't even know it. But we've done a lot of new things. We have a social media person now, too, as part of our team. And that's Laura Bakanek. And she's one of my samplers that does sampling. We're going to be doing tequila.
Oh, there you go.
And the tequila already has agave in it. So the samples are supposed to be coming in the next couple of days. I can't wait to try it because we're actually, and if you have any ideas of a recipe that you use tequila to cook with, we're making recipes for them, or we're trying to make recipes for them so that it makes it easy for them and easy to sell the tequila, because you just don't drink tequila. You can use it for lots of things. You can even make a cake with tequila. Did you know that?
That sounds good. That sounds very
How about
good.
a margarita icing? That sounds good.
Well, it's a good thing you only did a pound. This is making a lot of little meatballs.
That's right.
So I guess if you were doing a big party and this was one of your big, appetizers or something, you would go ahead and use the 2 pounds. But 1 pound is certainly making enough when you're serving other things, I think.
So about 3 minutes on each side, and then you put them in the oven. Okay,
right.
that looks good.
Getting done there.
So you can see that. See how they're doing it. And I don't want to use anything like a fork or anything. I want to turn them over. See, they're starting to get done. There we go. So you don't want to get them too brown. This looks really good.
It's starting to smell
We've
good.
got other meatballs to do for our other show. We have pork.
Yeah.
We have, actually, they're already made, so we're going to put them in like a nice spaghetti sauce or whatever. We have turkey meatballs and we have beef meatballs. So makes it easy.
I wonder how these would do with turkey. You'd have to add a little bit more fat, I think, into it.
Oh, I think you would.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because there's not a lot of oil in turkey
not
at all.
No. No, I've made turkey meatballs before, and
What do you find?
I like beef meatballs the best, honestly, ground beef meatballs. But
These are pork, though.
Yeah, but I do just like do those in the sauce. I don't even try to brown those. I just cook those right in the sauce.
Well, then we're going to add an orange glaze to these. So they're really an appetizer.
Yes, yeah. Well, and with the honey and the orange juice, it would be nice and sweet.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I think that would be really cool. But I want to do a meatball sandwich, because tonight we're going to have guys that like that kind of thing, too, if you know what I mean. So, anyhow, here we go. Let's just leave that for about 3 minutes.
Alrighty.
And if you give me that thing, I'll put it over here in the sink, and then we don't have to worry about that. We have to do the actual glaze. Let's talk about, you want to go wash your hands and I'll do this real quick? But actually what we're going to do next, after Marty gets her hands washed, is we're going to bake them for 8 minutes, and then the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the honey and orange juice to the skillet, and we're going to cook over medium-high heat, stirring frequently until thickened. And it's about 2 minutes. We're going to remove that from the heat, add the meatballs, stir until they're coated in the glaze, and then we're going to garnish them in a green onion. Sounds good to me, doesn't it? To you?
Yeah.
So what do we need to put them on to put them in the oven?
Oh, we can just get the pan. And
Okay. We're going to take, is that the pan that we're going to use?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You can go ahead and use that
And,
pan.
yeah, that's fine.
Pop those in.
Yeah, we're going to pop those in. We're going to put those in there for about 8 minutes. And
You want a spoon to grab one?
yeah, I would like to have a spoon to grab one. That's all
do
right.
that.
400 degrees, and I think that's what I put on there. 400 degrees, preheated oven. Can I have that?
Yeah, I just pull it over here
All right,
for
so
you.
there you go. That looks good, huh? So they're browned a little bit, and then here I'll do it like this. How about this? Let's do it like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then what we can do, Marty, is we can, there we go. Those are just nicely browned, and we'll put those in the oven and let them bake for about 8 minutes. We'll turn the timer on, and they'll be done. So what we could do with we're doing chicken wings too.
What goes better?
What goes better than this? And do you remember Debbie Burkhart used to have a recipe for Frisch's, what was it? Big Boys.
Oh.
Remember that? It was a dip or something. And she's really good at that.
There we go.
All right, there we
Almost
go.
there.
And then here's one more. So that made about how many meatballs do we have there?
6, 9, 12, about 20-something.
20-something meatballs. And you know, when you have guys around, they love meatballs.
Yep.
Right, so let's put that in the oven for 8 minutes, and I'll shut that for you.
There we go.
8 minutes, we'll put the timer on. Okay, and in 8 minutes they'll be done. So in the meantime,
go ahead and get that glaze.
Well, I think we should go ahead and do the glaze. So add honey and orange juice to the skillet. Cook over medium-high heat, stirring frequently until thickened, about 2 minutes. Yeah. So that's the orange juice and the honey. And do you think I should wipe that out a little bit?
No, I would probably leave the juices in there. I think that's part of the glaze.
Okay. We're going to take a short break, Marty, and by the time we come back, the meatballs will be done. I can start, and then we can start the actual glaze, put them together, put them in a nice serving bowl, and keep them warm.
Great.
Okay?
Sounds good.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Move it!
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
No more, it's none of my business.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, not my problem.
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
We're back on the Chef, You and I, with Marty Schultes, my friend, and the meatballs are done, right?
Right? Mm-hmm. Smell good.
So they smell delicious. I can't wait to try them. Okay, and guess what? No garlic. I love it. So anyhow, what we're going to do, yeah, I know. We did that for about 8 or 9 minutes until they're done. And you can tell when they're done by when you look inside, they're not pink.
Right, yeah. I always cut one just to be sure on the safe side. It's pork. Let's make sure it's done.
Right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add the honey and the orange juice to the skillet, and we're going to not cover it, but we're going to let it get thicker.
Yeah, you're going to get like.
And this is the wonderful honey,
and
and this is
thick
raw honey that I used,
Ooh.
and I love it.
The taste of that is so different when you have like honey from where you normally live. I think it tastes so much better.
So you're
going to
do a cooking show, or we're going to do something at Erin Almond's her bee farm.
Yeah,
She's got
right,
bees,
yeah.
right? Okay, so what we want to do is we've got it on a medium heat, right?
Yeah, going to stir that up a
And
little bit.
we're going to stir it up a little bit. I've got this trusty dusty spatula.
Want to get it nice and thick. And
Yeah.
heat those sugars
You want it
up.
stirring frequently until it thickens up. So the honey must actually thicken it.
Well, sugar,
Right. I made a strawberry pie the other day, and I forgot to put cornstarch in it, but it worked out. Actually did.
Yeah, it was National Pie Day.
Yeah, I know.
The
So
other
I'm
day,
going to give you a
Wednesday.
pie
Yeah.
to take home
Oh.
because we have so much pie. And we actually did it for the show, which I'll show you. It's funny how this is doing this, isn't it? It's like a circle.
Yeah.
I want you to see that.
Yeah.
So
it must be the hottest part of the skillet.
I think it must be the hottest part of the skillet. So we'll let it go. And then what we're going to do is once it thickens up a little bit, we're going to add the meatballs to it and get that wonderful sauce all over it. How about that?
Yeah, like a glaze.
It looks really good. It smells. Oh my gosh. I love orange.
I do too.
I really do. And then we're going to add, we did some scallions. We chopped those up, and then you just put them all over there.
Just add them to it.
And then put the toothpicks out there for people to try them. Right?
Eat them up.
Eat them up, girl. So, what are you doing for your grandchildren? We're going to talk about Valentine's Day here in a minute because.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening with Valentine's Day and the kids?
Probably just, some hearts and some candy. I'll probably get cards for my older girls and, just surprise them with a few little things. Now, last year, the year before, I can't remember, my middle daughter was so sweet. She went out and bought flowers for her sisters and for me, And then she got candy and that for the little kids. It was so sweet. She said, well, I just want everybody to have
Which
a good
one was
Valentine's Day.
that?
That was my Mackenzie.
She's such a cutie.
She's the middle child, and she just was just really sweet about it. I came home, and I'm like, oh, it was so nice.
Right. It's almost there. It's starting to thicken up, but you
Yeah.
can see it. It's not as watery as it was before, right? Oh, it smells so good.
I love anything with orange. Orange muffins. I haven't made those in a while. I like orange muffins.
One
Or
of the
orange bread.
recipes that I want to try is cornbread with jalapenos in the center.
Oh, wow.
That sounds
Huh.
like fun, doesn't it? I'm
Sounds
thinking,
hot.
Yeah, a little hot. Well, we get the mild ones. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's thick enough or not?
Yeah.
It's
Is it
getting there.
Yeah. Let me turn up a little, maybe even.
Well, okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, you can smell the sugars, definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the neat thing about making cranberry sauce. How easy that is. You just take the fresh cranberries, you put some sugar in there, and you let them boil away.
Oh, I've never made
You've
cranberry
never
sauce.
made
No.
cranberry sauce, and it's.
I know.
I had a doctor on my radio show today, and he said, you know, you need to have cranberries. Cranberries are a really important part of your diet. They really help your health and wellness. And I
All
think
right.
you could put them in there.
Yeah,
now.
I think we're ready to
I
go.
think we're ready to go.
Coating them
Move them around a little bit. Oh, wow. Here, I think what I'm going to do, Marty, is I'm going to spoon some of this right over it. Oh, wait, this looks good. And
It's going to be that perfect combination of sweet and salty.
that's right. And that's, I think, what's important for people to know. And you can store the glaze while you're using all the glaze on this. But we only made half of the recipe. We didn't use, this would make about 40 meatballs, actually.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do is just want to spread it around a little bit more, cover them as much as possible, right? Turn them over.
Yeah.
Get them
Get
really
them all soaked.
Yeah, lots of the glaze on them, right? And we used fresh orange juice, which is, you know, use as many fresh products as you can in your recipes. You know, I love fresh herbs. And now you can even buy them that are in the pots right now at the stores and keep growing them.
Yeah. Last summer, I kept some out on my deck. I did like 4 or 5 different ones.
Uh-huh.
It was awesome. I, you know, especially cilantro. I love cilantro.
Oh, I do too.
But you buy a bunch of it at the store and you only need like a little bit of it. So it was nice to have it in the backyard. I could just go get some.
You know, basil and cilantro you can freeze. Do them in, actually chop them up, put them in bags, and then you have it all winter.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Or
I
you
should
can
have done
dry
that
'em.
with my rosemary. I had a ton of rosemary
Oh,
left over last
But
year.
you know what I have is I have a dehydrator.
Oh, okay.
So we're done. So let's put
right.
these on the serving platter. All right. And I've got one of those. You have that.
Yeah, you want
If
me
you
to
could, yeah, go ahead. And we're going to put those on the serving platter, and then we're going to put the green onions over them. How about that? That looks delicious, Mark. And then in the meantime, I'm going to get a little cloth, and I'm going to get some toothpicks out, some colorful ones. And here, let's wipe this up a little.
So much nicer than your regular maybe barbecue ones that you have, or
I'm turning it off.
I know for work a lot of times when we bring food in, I'll just bring a crock pot and do meatballs
It's a
with
lot
barbecue
easier.
sauce.
It's
I
a
think
lot easier.
everybody would like these.
Oh, they'd love them. So, and that makes a nice dish. I mean, if we were having a lot of people, we would have done the whole recipe, right? I'm going to clean that up a little.
All right.
Okay, and then use that scallions on there, and then we'll turn this off. Oh, that looks really pretty.
That's pretty.
Right? And we're going to have the camera guy take a beautiful picture of it. And this is the piece de resistance. And your kids would enjoy this too. I don't know if your grandchildren like meatballs. Do they?
I think they would. I think,
Okay.
Maybe the 3-year-old one, but I think.
But
Buddy
look how
would.
pretty this is. And we're going to put it right there. That's really beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
so
Not your
simple.
same old meatball.
No,
Yeah.
it's not your same old meatball. And we are in our next show going to do a meatball sandwich.
Oh.
How about that?
There we go. Right.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to do the bruschetta, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's different kind of, it's a vegetable bruschetta.
That's right.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll be right back after these important messages on The Chef You and I.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. My whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
So we're back, and Marty, tell me what this is again and what we need to do.
It's a sweet pepper bruschetta that we're going to make. So we're going to start off with the bread, and you're going to take the olive oil and coat the bread on both sides, and then put a little bit of the cheese on it, and we're going to go ahead and get that toasted. While that's toasting then, this is a pound, believe it or not, this is a pound of those little sweet peppers that you buy. I've cleaned them out, I washed them, cleaned them out, got all the seeds out of them, and these are just going to fry up in the skillet until they're soft. Then once they're soft and that's toasted up, then we're going to combine it, put a little bit more cheese on it, a little bit of chopped parsley, and a little bit of salt.
So you're going to actually do those?
Yeah, I'm going to get these all cooked up here for a little bit.
So let me give out the ingredients real quick. So you're going to need a half a loaf of French bread, and we cut them in 1/4-inch slices. 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil divided. A half a teaspoon of salt divided. A pound of those package of mini sweet peppers seeded and diced, 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley. Okay, let me do that again. 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley. That's
say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. And we didn't use the cloves of garlic because dear old Kathy can't have garlic. So if you love garlic, 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. And Marty did this beautiful shaved Parmesan cheese. Right. And so we preheated the oven. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this first, right?
Right.
So both sides, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead, because I don't think those are going to take real long in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and start getting these peppers soft.
Right. I don't think it's going to take long either.
So pretty. So pretty.
Yeah, I love those peppers. They're nice, they're mild, right? And they taste so good in a salad.
Well, I think we forget to use these in winter sometimes. I always think of these as a summer thing. I put them in my pasta salads.
Right.
You know, my daughter will make a dish where she actually fries these up and then puts chicken with it and stuff.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, but I kind of think of them as a summer thing, and they're not really. They're really versatile.
And actually you can get them all year round, which makes it nice. I just love fresh vegetables.
Yeah. And they're not hot. I like that about them, because I'm not big on super hot things like jalapenos or anything.
We had some peppers the other day and burned my mouth, actually. It was scary. So we went to a different kind of pepper. So, and a lot of these recipes, some of these peppers are really hot, right? And so that's kind of scary when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, I think you have to kind of know your tolerance for hot, too.
Right.
I was eating Thai food the other day with a friend of mine, and I'm like, just a 4. You know, I didn't want anything.
Not a 5.
I didn't want anything hotter than that.
Right. So just do that. I think I'm going to need a little bit more olive oil. And where did we put that? I think we put it away, but we'll get it out again. Our producer will do that. So what have you been doing lately? Any ideas for... I don't know. I've got some invitations to New York, so for the day or whatever. And this gal actually wrote a book. Her name is Dr. Barbara Hong. She's going to be a guest on our show. And she lived in Singapore, right? She's from Singapore originally. But she grew up it's not rich in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of people think that all Asians are rich. God, that's not right. That didn't happen. And she was kind of bullied at school, and everybody thought she was kind of dumb. She's got 5 degrees or something like that, plus she's got her doctorate. And she teaches children with disabilities.
Oh, so she has lots of patience also.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
She's something else, the cutest little thing. And so she invited us to come up to New York to meet her at Columbia University.
Oh, fun.
And so anyhow, what are we supposed to do with these next?
Let's just go ahead and pop them in the oven, or you can put a little bit of the cheese on them. So we can go ahead and get that melted a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How much cheese do you want me to put on
Just
there?
a few pieces on each of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would say when you're doing peppers, don't rush them. Just, kind of do it on low just to get them soft.
Yeah.
You don't want them burnt. You definitely don't want you don't want to blacken them.
You don't want to taste them. They taste like terrible.
But a pound, a pound takes a little bit to just soften up a little bit.
Yeah, and they're easy to do. I love that little skillet because you can do so much in it. And I did tell you I got a hot pot.
Yeah, one of the new Instant Pots.
I actually got it. Well, it was supposed to be for Christmas, but we got it for after Christmas. And I got a really good deal on it.
Oh.
And we tried it a couple of nights ago, and it worked out really, really well. And you can even saute and everything in it.
Oh, wow. No, that's something
you didn't know
don't hear
that?
about. No, you don't hear that about those, really.
And guess what else you can do? Can.
Oh.
It's actually everything.
Oh, wow.
Which I thought was really cool. I don't think I should put this much cheese on it, actually. That's a little much, right?
Well, it's always nice to have something in your kitchen that you can do more than one thing with.
Well, and if you work, it's a crock pot, too.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
And, but it's really simple to use. And I've always been kind of afraid of pressure cookers because I remember what they were like when I was growing up. And I've seen people explode them and everything else. But if you learn how to use it, I have a great teacher in my husband, who's my producer, and he just actually worked with me with it, and it worked out really well. I'm not afraid to use it now.
Well, I think they're different than when, like my mom used a pressure cooker too, and it would make me, don't touch it. Stay away from the pressure cooker. Don't go near it. Yeah.
That's what they tried to do because they didn't want you to get burned.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop this in the oven.
Yep.
All right.
Let just a few minutes to toast up.
All right. So how long is it supposed to be in there, March?
I think it said just a few minutes, maybe 6 to 8 minutes. 6 to 8 minutes.
6 to 8 minutes. I'm going to put the timer on.
Yeah, these are finally getting soft. So once I feel like they're pretty soft, they're starting to curl up a little bit. Then I would turn it down really low just to keep them warm. But that's when you know they're getting good and soft, when they can see they curl up a little bit.
Right. And they look really, really good. So this is going to be a really nice appetizer. We're going to take a little short break. We're going to get a plate out so that we can show them on a plate. And I will be right back on The Chef You and I.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
We're back on The Chef You and I, and Marty, we just took the bread out of the oven with a beautiful, wonderful cheese. So am I going to do this, and then you're going to put them on there? Is that how you're going to do it?
Right.
You could use this.
Okay.
And I'll use this.
Trade ya.
me. Right. So these look really nice.
Anybody who loves peppers will love this recipe.
Right.
Just so good.
Looks good.
Yep.
Here, let's do that.
I'm going way too much with them.
I know, that's all right.
Less is more, Marty. Less is more.
Yeah,
there we go.
Especially vegetarians, they love this kind of bruschetta, right? It's usually made with tomatoes. Typically it's tomatoes.
Yeah.
And basil. And so we are going to do maybe one more
Yeah.
on there. Hold on.
Yeah, and I actually think this would be good too with some tomatoes
let's
on
do
it
that.
too.
That'll be really pretty.
Yeah. All right, and then
Okay,
just
and now
a little smidgen of salt. We're gonna
Okay.
do just a smidgen of salt. This is sea salt, so not a ton. You know, salt brings out the taste and everything, but too much salt is just too much salt. There.
and it's kosher salt, by the way. We really use. And then you put the parsley on them, right? This looks really pretty. I love fresh parsley. And
I like
dill.
it in soups, especially.
Put some on the plate too.
All right, this would go really good.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got to turn this off here. We're putting parsley on our wonderful bruschetta. And, you know, I love when chefs, you know, put it all over the place because then it looks really pretty, right?
Here we go. All right.
So, and parsley's so good for you, actually. I mean, wow, this looks good.
Okay.
Can't wait to try it.
I was going to say, next, let's try it. All
Let's
right.
try it.
Okay.
So we've got some right here. Do you want to just do it right here? Could put some right there, and then we'll let that be like that for the.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
And then I'm gonna go. You want to go get a. Here we go.
There we go.
And I'll
There
do
we
the
go.
salt. And I think we're almost done with the show. I mean, I think we're running out of time, actually. And the one thing I love about our show is that we get to taste things.
That's right, yeah.
Which makes it so much fun for me, too. So here's some more parsley right here.
Yep, okay.
And
A little bit
we'll
on
do
that.
And
Is that
I'm
the
going
whole
to...
point of all that cooking is like you get to actually eat it and
Actually,
taste
this
it?
is pretty hot, actually. But right before, we are going to say goodbye before we crunch on these because guess what? When you get them near your microphones, they make a lot of noise. So we want to say thank you very much for joining us for our wonderful celebration for Super Bowl. And you could also use it for any kind of a wonderful party that you're going to put together. We had a lot of hors d'oeuvres that were really, really good. And don't forget, our recipes are on our website at thechefyouandI.com. And you'll be able to see this on all of your stations, including the Kathryn Raaker YouTube as well. So we want to thank you very much for joining us
Welcome.
today. You're so
Welcome.
much fun. And we will see you next time on The Chef You and I. Bon appetit.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe. Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandI.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.